Alright guys, this is part 5 of 5 of my making an FPS game in Blender. And as you can see, we've only got one thing left on this one, and that is making a simple map. And now this map will consist of only 3 different objects. It will be a floor, a couple of walls, and an object in the game, which I'll most likely make a box because that's a simplistic object that can add simple environment detail to a game. And so if you've made it this far, you're only one video away, so let's just get started. So I'm going to go back into Blender by clicking this one. And what you want to do is I'm going to right click on this plane down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a floor texture or some sort of texture for our floor. I'm going to right click down here when you see the dual arrows and hit split area. And split the area like this and go into UV image editor. Go from object mode to edit mode like this and hit U and unwrap. Alright, and that's make sure you have your plane selected, so hit the A button to select everything like that. Let's now do image and then open image, and I have an environments folder which has a dirt grounds texture which I'm going to use. I'm going to open that up, I'm going to go into texture mode like this, I'm going to hit the S key and scale it up a lot like this, like that. Let's go back into object mode. And if we hit P now, we can see it's still going to go back to green though. So what we're going to do is I'm actually with our plane selected. I'm going to minus this. I'm going to hit new. And then I'm going to click on the texture tab. Hit this new button on the texture tab. Keep it on image or movie. Select both. And let's put the dirt ground texture right here. Alright, let's now keep it on UV like this. And if we hit P now, we can see we've now got a floor in our game that is a dirt floor, and it looks like this. Okay, now that we have this, I'm actually going to right click on this cube object, our enemy object. I'm going to toggle this I button off really quick. Now that we have this object in the game, what we're going to do is join the areas really quick. I am going to add another object into the game, so let's do spacebar and then add a cube like this. And this cube will be we're going to make this into a box. So like last time, let's wait until these two arrows show up, then right click and split the area. And go into UV image editor on the screen on the right. Go into edit mode with our cube that we're going to make into a box, and hit U and unwrap, and then do image and then open image. I go to my desktop and find my environments folder. I'm going to get cartoon wooden box. Hit open image. I'm going to go back into object mode like this. I'm going to join the areas really quick. And I'm going to click on this materials tab and hit new. Click on the texture tab. I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to hit the new button right here. Image or movie like last time. Click both. And let's go onto cartoon wooden box. So now if we hit P, we can see there's a wooden box that's just floating in midair. I'm going to drag it down just a little bit. I'm going to hit 7 to go in the top view. Is it still on the floor? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. And with our wooden box selected right here, let's click on the physics tab and go into character physics or click on character physics from static. And let's copy this box just a few times around the map. And if we hit 0 to go into our camera view, I'm going to right click, or actually not right click. I'm going to drag this panel in and hit P. You can see we can actually push the boxes around like this. And we can shoot, and the enemies can move them around when they're tracking you. Alright. This is good, guys. We're almost there. Alright. The last thing we are going to do is create boundaries for our map. Or actually, this will be the second to last thing. We're going to add a skybox at the very end, and I think that'll be pretty cool. But just like all these other objects right here, we're going to start off by creating a cube by doing spacebar and then add a cube like this. Let's drag this cube out, and let's split the area. Alright, go into UV image editor as well. Let's go into edit mode with our new untextured cube remaining. And let's do U and unwrap. And let's do image and then open image. Go to our desktop. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go to my environment folder. I'm going to choose a brick wall texture. Okay. This brick wall texture, what I'm going to do Then I'm going to go back into object mode. And just like what we did with the other objects, I'm going to add a new material. Click on the texture tab. Let's click new right here. I'm going to drag this down, keep it on image or movie, select both. And let's go to brick wall texture like this. Brick wall texture. Keep it on UV. And if we hit P, we can see it's in the game like this. Now what we're going to do first is I'm going to hit S and Y, and let's do 20 like this. I'm going to scale up 20 times on the Y-axis, and let's do S, Z, and 20. And scale it up 20 times on the Z-axis. I'm going to drag this wall off to one side of the map. Like this. Okay. Next, I'm going to drag this panel out really quick and go back into edit mode. Now I'm going to scale down, or I'm going to scale up the wall texture to make it look a little bit bigger. Go back into object mode. I'm going to join the area like this. Alright, and I'm going to hit S and Z to scale it down on the Z axis. This. And we're going to copy this wall on all four sides. So I'm going to hit 7 to go on the top view. Do Shift and D to copy it and drag it off to one side. Then Shift and right click on this wall over here and do Shift and D to copy it. Do R, Z, and 90. So if we hit 0 now, you can see our player is now inside a walled off area. Actually, before we keep going, I'm just going to drag our packs, our health packs into the arena still. So hit 0 and hit P, and we can now see we've got our enemy objects, our health packs that we can interact with. So click on them. Our timer is still running in the corner. We can aim down our sights. We don't have a sky dome. The sky dome is going to be the best part of this game because it will show that we are done. Okay. So I'm going to hit file and save now. And I'm just going to show my sky dome texture. If you Google Blender sky dome, you should come up with an image where it's a circular view over the sky with black edges. So it's a circle view of the sky with black edges. And that's what you're going to be using. But to start off, let's create a sky dome. And I'm just going to right click on the plane at the very bottom and do Objects, Snap, and then Cursor to Selected. And let's do spacebar and then add a surface sphere. Add a surface sphere. Let's drag this surface sphere up. Let's drag this surface sphere up like this. And what we're going to do is on this surface sphere, let's right click down here and split the area. And go into UV Image Editor. I'm going to convert this to a mesh by doing Alt and C and convert it to a mesh. And I'm going to go into edit mode like this. Double click all the faces until they're all selected, or double click the A button until all the faces are selected. And hit U and unwrap. Actually, let me hit Alt and C. So let's click on the face mode first and do U and unwrap. That's kind of weird that it's doing that, but okay. Let's do image and then open image. Go to our desktop, click on the environments folder. Hit images. Actually, no. I understand why it's doing this now. My mistake. Okay. Hit the A button to deselect everything and hit 3 to go into our side view. What we're going to do is delete half the faces on this cube. So hit B and drag over half of it. Hit X and delete the faces. We've now got half a cube left. I'm going to delete any extraneous faces down here. So B, drag over and delete. Alright. With this remaining cube, I really don't think that's accurate. I'm going to do U and unwrap again. Yeah, there we go. Hit U and unwrap now with our half circle. Let's do image and then open image. I'm going to grab my sky dome picture. So Blender sky dome like this. Hit open image. And we now have a sky dome. Let's go, let's now do mesh, and then normals, and then flip normals. So this should now make them appear on the inside, and let's go into object mode now. And let's apply this texture to our object again. So let's click on new material tab, hit new, click on the texture tab, drag this up, and hit new like this. Keep it on image or movie. Let's select both right here. Let's go into Blender Sky Dome like this, or click on Blender Sky Dome. If we hit P now, we now see a sky dome like this on the interior. I'm going to right click and join the area right here. And I'm going to drag these panels down. And now this is the last thing we're going to do. Now I'm going to scale up this S20 like this, or a large amount, and let's drag this sky dome. Oops. Let's make the sky dome appear over our game map. So if I hit 0 now and hit P and look up, we can see our sky dome. I might have to make it just a little bit bigger or drag the edges down a little bit more. Hit 0 and look up. We now have our sky dome. So we can run around the map, pick up ammo, shoot some enemies. Some enemies again. Right there. And this is our completed game. Okay guys, this has been a lot of recording for me. I've been recording for about 2 hours now on this entire video game playlist. So I think I will call it good. If you were able to make it this far and make it all the way through, you now have a very good game. And you're now on your way of making a good game. Okay guys, I think I've got to wrap this one up. So thanks for watching guys, and have a good day.